Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News, another Chinese store is robbed in Corozal. The thief or thieves walk away with more than $1,000 in cash. It's dengue season and Orange Walk has the highest number of cases for 2024 so far. And Hurricane Beryl slams into Texas. We talked to a Belizean from Corozal who is currently in Houston about the experience and damages caused. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, July 8, 2024.
Choose a side.
We fight for our queen!
Declare for the Greens or for the Blacks.
Hold to your courage for the one true King Aegon!
Driven by family feuds, the Targaryen civil war in House of the Dragon is split between Greens aligned with Alicent and Aegon Section and Blacks who support Rhaenyra in claiming the Iron Throne.
War is coming. And neither of us may win.
Pledge your allegiance. Watch House of Dragons Season 2 on Max.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. The country was mostly quiet as it relates to crime over the weekend. However, in Corozal, one store owner was unlucky as he was robbed on Saturday night by 3 unidentified individuals. The incident happened before 8 p.m. at Juan store located on College Road. While we understand that 3 persons have been detained in connection to the robbery, their identities are yet to be revealed as the investigation takes its course. Police have been unable to recover the almost $1,000 in various denominations that was stolen from the cash register. Fortunately, no one was hurt during the incident. Anyone with information on this latest robbery is asked to contact the nearest police station. Surfaced over the weekend showing a police officer pointing a gun at the head of a detainee who has submitted and then slapping him with the pistol while also cursing him. While we cannot tell you what triggered the officer's actions, we can confirm that the incident unfolded in San Pedro. The officer's behavior was captured by a member of the public, and during the recording, you can clearly hear the officer telling the individual to desist from recording him. The video ends as the officer steps threateningly towards a member of the public with the camera. Of note is that the Commissioner of Police has stated more than once that there is no offense in capturing a police officer while on duty. Unfortunately, during today's press briefing, no details of the incident was shared with the media. Sources tell us the officer in question heads the SPU in San Pedro. As we all know, the rainy weather is susceptible to Belize between June and November every year, and the season translates to the reproduction of the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads dengue. According to the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, Latin America and the Caribbean saw 9.3 million cases of dengue in 2023, even though the fatality rate still holds on below the regional goal of 0.5%. To find out more about the dengue numbers on Corozal, we spoke to Deputy Health Regional Manager at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Roger Riverol. According to him, so far there is only one case for July compared to dozens registered in June.
Okay, for the Ministry of Health, every week we get an alert, and every week and every month, right? So we will get an email from Ms. Maybra Fernandez, who is in charge about the vector. No? She will send us an alert, and I can report like for June, in Corozal, we only had about 30 cases of dengue. And for this month of July, so far we only have one case reported. Once you come through our system, we get the report, no? So what we normally do to try to control this dengue situation, we have our vector department on the ground trying to go in communities daily, all year round to try to mitigate the situation. No? We can see a drastic less cases this year than last year in the dengue cases. We are still halfway, and we hope to maintain it this way. I have asked my HOD of Vector to please, we need to double this. We need to maintain this. When school opens, we will do the thermal fogging again, all schools. And if any citizen wants us to spray their house, we can go and spray their house. We are trying to mitigate. We are having, I won't lie, we have a lot of mosquito right now. And because we are spraying, the only thing that when it's rain, we cannot go and spray. We have to wait till the sun is out so we can spray. So the spraying becomes effective, no?
Symptoms of dengue may vary, and should you experience any, visiting the doctor is the best decision you can take.
Symptoms start with fever, then it runs to muscle and joint pain, and you have rash maybe later. Your symptoms can also be vomiting and diarrhea. So what we are advising our citizens from Corozal, if you have any of these symptoms, please come to our health centers and request a dengue test and a malaria test too. So we are able to know what you guys are having, what symptoms you can be having dengue, or even Zika. Remember, Zika is still here, the chikungunya too. So we are asking our patients to please come to the health facility so we can test. No, testing is important. When we do our mobiles, when we have fairs, we do all of these tests when people want to, when they visit our booth, they do the dengue tests, they do malaria tests, so we are able to test our community. No.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is doing all it can to fight off dengue that remains prevalent during the rainy season when the Aedes aegypti mosquito keeps reproducing.
We have the granola abate powder form that we normally throw in where we have water concentrated, like in the drains that water is not moving. Like today, we have Vector in Tong doing that, and we go out to the villages. We do 3 days in Tong, 2 days villages, right? So that's how we try to assist to these dengue cases, no?
In relation to, the different communities which are more prone to these cases, which communities are these, and do you make a repetitive visit to those villages with the?
Yes. For last year, the most community that had dengue cases was the San Narciso, San Victor, Pachacan, your village, Libertad, Corozal, Tong. So we do monitor these places. We try to be more out there, and we do thermal fogging. Once you request of it, this is done to any community, any house that requests. Like right now, we are doubling our force. We have 2 USV vehicles out doing town and one doing the villages. We are trying to mitigate this problem. We have embarked before school closes. We were thermal fogging all high schools and primary schools. So, and we went out to the community. If any person interested to reach us, and we go thermal fog your house.
Beryl says that though the smell of the ingredient utilized by the ministry to spray may be unpleasant to many, it has helped decrease dengue cases in Corozal and the country. He explains how it works.
We have a schedule. Just today, I had a meeting with my core meeting, and I asked them to start to post the schedule in our Facebook, so people are aware when we are going to to do this USB spraying, right? And people have this conception, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, that when they smell the spray, they say, oh, it have a terrible smell, right? But I am advising our citizens that please, when you hear this machine coming, open your windows, let the scent go into your house. So this is the way that we mitigate the mosquito, because we're trying to kill the male mosquito, because once he stops to reproduce the female, because the female that bite you, the female mosquito are the one that bite us, not the male. So once we kill the male, we are able to mitigate this problem with the mosquito. Like I mentioned, right now we are doubling our spray. We have 2 pickup out there spraying. Normally we spray from 4 in the morning to 6:30 in the morning, and then in the night is from 6:30 to 9 p.m.
Today, the Vector Control Chief of Operations in the Ministry of Health and Wellness spoke to reporters via Zoom on the overall aspect of dengue in Belize. Kim Bautista says part of the surveillance, prevention, and control measures is for the ministry to receive weekly reports on dengue cases, and the most recent concluded week 27 shows the district of Orange Walk and Toledo with the highest number of cases in 2024 so far.
As a country, we have reported 865 dengue cases, 383 lab confirmed cases, and 482 clinical confirmed cases. 75% of those cases come from the Orange Walk, Cayo, and Toledo districts. The Toledo district, majority of their cases are from Punta Gorda town, and of course Bella Vista, which geographically is right on the boundary between the Stanquick and Toledo districts. But it is administrated by our Stanquick staff, but for reporting purposes, it is still classified under the data going from the Toledo district. So the Toledo district accounts for 26% of our cases, or 224 as of this past week. They account for the highest incidence of cases in country at this time. The Orange Walk district has 197 cases total for the year, 23%, and followed by the Cayo district, 26% of the total cases, or 225. So those are the areas of the country with the highest incidence of dengue. So traditionally, the largest urban epicenter, Belize district, Belize city, and by extension the district, used to account for majority of the dengue cases. Over recent years, that trend has shifted quite a bit. And over recent years, and I have shared that data with you, you will see that the northern districts, along with the Cayo district, tend to account for majority of the cases over recent years.
In order to control the numbers, Bautista says the ministry executes on an ongoing basis a series of mosquito vector control interventions within areas at risk. As for Northern Belize, it has met and is highlighted for its regional dengue response in Belize.
So most programs, they operate with a small set of field officers, and we rely heavily on the public to get rid of these mosquito breeding sites. So sometimes the problem just compounds until the situation explodes. In terms of Orange Walk, I think both northern districts are doing pretty well in terms of their preparedness and response. There have been quite a number of community engagements in terms of cleanup campaigns in the north, and I believe that a couple weeks, at least 2 weeks ago, the regions both.
In a historic record, 2024 has broken all records so far, counting in 10.1 million cases of dengue in the Americas, compared to 4.5 million in 2023 and 3.18 in 2019, respectively, as per information made available by PAHO. Coming up next, a football field in Palmar is vandalized. Residents are up in arms. Stay tuned.
The Orange Walk Clinical Lab Summer Promotion 2024 is here. Get your summer promotion on glucose, cholesterol, triglyceride and hemoglobin for only $20. Also fantastic promotions on prostate PSA for only $50. We also have other packages on promotion. We also provide DNA paternity testing. We take this opportunity to inform the general public in the Orange Walk District that we are an approved NHI lab service provider. So for all your NHI lab tests, just visit your NHI medical provider and visit us at the Orange Walk Clinical Laboratory. We take care of all your NHI lab tests. Results are provided the same day. Come visit us on number 20 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. Call for details at 322-0423 or 600-2727. Call 630-1479. Remember, don't wait for symptoms. Check your health today. The Orange Walk Clinical Laboratory.
Hurricane Beryl continues destroying communities in its path. Houston, USA is the most recent to be banged by Beryl, which lashed out as a Category 1 storm. Today we spoke with a Belizean who is visiting Houston and never thought she would go through a hurricane during her visit. Jacqueline Lewis told us her experience via Zoom today.
Hurricane Beryl will go down in the history books as the earliest Category 4 and 5 storm that the Atlantic has seen in years. Earlier today, Beryl crashed ashore along the central Texas coast, pummeling the area with 70 to 90 miles per hour wind gusts that brought life-threatening storm surge, widespread damage, and knocking out power to well over 2.7 million people, while leaving at least 2 dead. Among those persons that experienced the wrath of Beryl as it hit Texas is Jacqueline Lewis, a resident of Carolina in the Corozal district. She recounts her unplanned experience as the Category 1 storm swept over Houston early this morning.
I could begin from yesterday. Yesterday we went to the store. I always hear how the stores then run out at days, run out at waters and stuff. But that was my first experience. And we meet flood on the way to the store. Then you have to do like a detour for that. So that was one of my first experience. And then we prepare just like how we prepare back home. I make bread and things for us to have, and that was my first experience of it. Something like what we do home, right? I went to bed, get up, and went to bed, get up. But when you hear the breeze outside, it's like, what's happening? And the trees, they're like, they bow down and they get up. It's like they were praying, like, more than us, I think, but and then when I see stuff flying off, because I went in my dad's room, and from the window you can look outside. I see stuff flying. Well, I didn't know it was the shingles, the thing that they put on top of their houses that was flying off. I didn't know it was that until when I went and do the walk this morning. I know it was that, right?
The cyclone's powerful hurricane-forced winds have been leading to skyrocketing power outages. Over 2.3 million electrical customers in Texas have lost power, and the numbers continue to rise. Lewis says that while her area did not suffer a power outage, her brothers and sisters who live some 20 minutes away from her residence were not so lucky, since even their vehicles were damaged during the natural phenomenon.
When my brothers, they had experienced trees on their vehicle. I think for his vehicle got trees on it on top, and that was the videos that I sent to you. And their backyard, their fence fell down, and my sister, her trees, they're out of electricity up to now. I will send you another picture that she sends with they're using a lamp in their house, and so they're still out of electricity. We over here still have electricity, but them over that side doesn't have electricity right now.
Was there a time when you said, when you felt nervous about the entire situation?
So like Beryl, because it actually crossed over 9, but 9 our time over this side, right? But I got up from 6, which is 7, no, 7, which is 6 back home. From then it began for us here, and it didn't just pass through a little while. It take long. The breeze were long, right?
Though Beryl barely kissed the Belizean territory, causing no destruction, Lewis says it is important to create a hurricane plan.
Yes, you must be prepared and have a plan for the hurricane, because it's not easy to go. It's not easy to let something like this happen to you. You're not prepared. For example, it's not only food, but we make sure everybody are inside. Because they say not to go outside, and some people go outside. But in our case, we were not outside. We were inside, looking through the windows and see how the wind is blowing and how how everything going. But thank God, we are safe. First of all, we put God in control and He take care of us.
Beryl continues to push inland further into the U.S. territory, threatening dangerous floods, strong winds, and tornadoes. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
I've noticed that 2 out of the 3 deaths were due to fallen trees, and another person died in a house fire. Residents of San Jose Nova Palmar are being called to keep an eye out for the person or persons responsible for damaging a portion of the Palmar football field. Residents in the area reported that on Sunday night, a small red car drove into the field, which was soft from previous rains in the area. The vehicle did various turns inside the field, leaving deep indentations in various areas of the ground. Isabel Che lives in front of the field and today spoke out against the persons who seemingly destroyed the field intentionally.
Pues anoche ocurrió un incidente aquí en la plaza, un vehículo que no conocíamos la placa, el color fue rojo, vino y entró en la plaza como lo ven en el Facebook, que vinieron y dañaron un pedazo de la plaza. Esta no es primera vez, ya va para 2 o 3 veces que nosotros traemos para las personas que vienen y lo hacen, pero no nos escuchan. Parece que nos agarran de que nosotros no somos nada de Palmar. Y solo de chiste lo hacen, porque hasta los psychos entran allá dentro del field, no respetan. Y es algo bonito para nosotros, porque ahí las muchachas que juegan softball lo ocupan, los muchachitos que entrenan del mundialito, allí practican. Y los señores ya de edad también, ellos ocupan el football field. Y yo creo que es maldad lo que nos hicieron anoche, porque esa persona solo dio vuelta y vuelta y vuelta en un solo puesto, dañando a donde las muchachas practican cada día softball.
The area which was destroyed is used daily by the Palmar Jaguars female softball team, and Soche says the field will now need to undergo repairs which are very costly.
Eso afecta mucho aquí en la aldea de Palmar, porque después que ya lo dañan, nosotros se tiene que buscar la manera de componer, porque no es algo que solo pasa encima y se daña, no, eso es como si lo hacen de maldad, como vuelvo a repetir, lo hoyan, se hace hoyos ahí dentro del field, y ahí es donde uno se puede dañar las canillas o los pies de las jugadoras que están jugando, especialmente en ese lado.
She is also calling on residents of the immediate area and the further Palmar community to keep an eye out for the person responsible for this latest act of vandalism against community property and help bring them to justice.
Yo quisiera darle el aviso a los aldeanos de Palmar que nos ayuden a hacer el lookout por estas personas para que nosotros podamos hacer algo juntamente con el chairman. Porque a veces no lo hacen de día que se pueda ver, vienen a hacerlo de noche cuando está oscuro y no podemos ver quién es la persona. Pero si ustedes saben de es un carro rojo chico que vino a hacer el daño anoche. Queremos el apoyo de los aldeanos. Yo creo que todos nosotros debemos de apoyarnos mano a mano para que algo se pueda hacer con este football field. Es algo que nosotros usamos diario, no nosotros, pues los jóvenes, porque ahí se dedican deporte todos los días. Y una vez más yo quisiera que los vecinos o todos los que puedan ayudar a dar la manito para ver que no vengan que nos ayuden a cuidar, a mantener este field, esta plaza, porque es para los jóvenes, no es para nosotros, pero si lo dañan, ¿qué va a ser de ellos? No lo van a poder estar usando, porque ya va a ser peligroso para ellos.
Anyone who has any information that can lead to the person responsible for this incident can contact the village chairman or any of the village councillors. Summer vacations are in full swing for students across the country, and that means that there will be a number of summer activities hosted here in the north, both in the Orange Walk and Corozal districts, to keep students involved in positive events for the next 3 months. One of the most anticipated events for the summer here in Orange Walk is the summer programs hosted by the Banquitas House of Culture. Today, the first of a series of summer programs lined up for the next 2 months officially kicked off at the House of Culture. Our news team visited the House of Culture this morning to get a glimpse of this year's programs, which include music, interpretive dance, Garifuna language, and also art classes. Coordinator of the House of Culture, Sydney Rivera, told us more about these fun-filled programs.
So we are very happy to host our annual Banquita Summer Camp. And so today we're starting off with 4 programs. We have the dance class, the interpretive dance class with Emmanuel Robinson. And so we have a lot of little young girls here enjoying different aspects of dance. So Emmanuel ensures that he includes everything from warm-ups to learning choreography, so we are very excited for that one. In addition to that, we have the Garifuna language as well with NGC. So they are doing right now hosting a 1-week program in language, which is fully packed. The instructor is Miss Emma. She is a teacher. And so I'm sure that her skills and knowledge on how to work with students will really assist this group this year. So we're happy to have them on board and collaborating with us for this program.
Unlike the traditional summer programs which run for a few weeks during summer vacations, this year's music program is expected to extend further into the year to allow students the opportunity to engage in more advanced levels of guitar and piano lessons.
We also have the music camp, which is the guitar and the piano. So we're still encouraging students to sign up and come and learn. This one, we want to have it much more like a long-term program. So we're starting with 3 weeks here for the summer, and then we plan to continue to work with the students that are interested to continue taking classes with Miss Ken. Miss Julie Ken is a very supportive music instructor. So with her guidance and her help, I'm sure that we will have a successful group in Orange Walk. So the plan with that is to have them participate in our programs for them to be able to perform different pieces.
For anyone interested in any of the ongoing programs, you are asked to visit the House of Culture to sign up before the end of this week. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Experience the iconic tournament of Copa America.
Messi puts it in.
Witness each goal of the Euro Cup.
What a goal by Cristiano Ronaldo!
And live the excitement of the CONCACAF games.
On target, and it's in. It's in the back of the net. It's a stoppage time.
Available only on Centaur's Express Plus app. Call 380-101 and sign up today. Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
If you were unable to register your child for the first set of summer programs hosted by the Banquitas House of Culture, there is no need to worry, as there is another list of programs coming up which promise to be educational and very engaging. Upcoming programs include Eco Craft Camp, Yucatec Maya dance classes, and also recyclable art fashion for children with disabilities.
We also have Eco Craft Camp with a volunteer from JICA. So we're partnering with her for 3 days to talk a little bit about the environment. The 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And so we're happy to have her on board and having children learn much more how to protect our environment. I think that's a very critical aspect of our development in our community. So we try to include that in our programs as well. We also have two very special programs that we're having in August, which is a Yucatec Mayan dance and an art fashion with the children with disabilities. It's all about inclusion. So we have a mix of students joining in, and we create this program so that they're also part of our programs. And last year we did it and it was a success. So we're looking forward to working with POPs Now, which is the organization that's really pushing and supporting and ensuring that our children are also included in these programs. And so we're happy to collaborate with her and have them participate. Last year was an excellent show. So we're hoping that by the end of all our programs this year, we also have our Banquitas end of summer show, which is very important for all the parents and all the children, because the children get to show what they learn during the course of the summer program. But also the parents will see, okay, well, my children went to the House of Culture and they learned this and they performed this and they were able. It's a surprise for the parents, so we're very happy, and that will happen August 9th at 5:30 at the amphitheater. So we encourage everyone that there's still time for you to register your child. Come here. If you have any questions, call us at 322-0517 for more information, because all of them have a specific time, a specific period. And also we have normally across the board a $5 registration fee, but some courses require a little bit more. So we are happy this year. We're looking forward to the end results, and we invite the general public to come out and support us.
To find out more about any of the forthcoming summer programs, you can visit the Banquitas House of Culture to contact them via their Facebook page. The Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, MEFSE, through the Department of Cooperatives, observed the 102nd International Day of Cooperatives last Saturday, July 6th. This year also marks the 30th International Day of Cooperatives as recognized by the United Nations. The International Day of Cooperatives has been observed by cooperatives worldwide since 1923 and officially by the United Nations General Assembly since 1995, which marked the centenary of the International Cooperative Alliance that was established in 1895. MEFSC said the annual event to commemorate the day, which was to be held in San Antonio, Cayo District, was suspended due to the approach of Hurricane Beryl. Department of Cooperatives Registrar Garrett Murillo said that the department plans to go ahead with a handing over of equipment to cooperatives under a joint collaborative program with Global Environment Facility GEF, Small Grants Program Belize, United Nations Development Program UNDP, and Belize Enterprise for Sustainable Technology BEST in San Antonio in August. The theme for 2024, Cooperatives Building a Better Future for All, underscores the cooperative movement's commitment to inclusive growth and sustainable development. Since 1995, the theme has been chosen jointly by the International Cooperative Alliance and the United Nations through the Committee for the Promotion and Advancement of Cooperatives. This day will also build the momentum towards the 2025 International Year of Cooperatives, which was declared by the UN last year, MEFSC said. The International Year of Cooperatives was last observed in 2012. The International Day of Cooperatives is a significant occasion that highlights the crucial role of cooperatives in contributing to social and economic development worldwide. The Department of Cooperatives observed the day with a mini expo in 2022 at Fort Karnes in Orange Walk Town and in 2023 at the San Ignacio Welcome Center. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, July 9th here on Ctv3 and Ctv3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at ctv3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.